was so unfortunate, so unnecessary. The day you lost the son.
Hi, I'm Arun, and welcome to Cinema and Beyond. Today we step into the shadows, into the dimly lit world of The Godfather. Not to talk about mafia or murder, but about the silence, the stillness, and the man who painted darkness with light. Gordon Willis. The Godfather. A film that didn't just define the gangster genre, it redefined the language of cinema. A story of power, family, betrayal, and darkness. But behind the iconic performance, behind Coppola's masterful direction, stands one man whose vision saved the soul of this film, Gordon Willis, the cinematographer. They called him the Prince of Darkness, and The Godfather was his kingdom. While most films in the early 70s were lit clean and bright, Willis dared to cloak his characters in mystery. Consider the wedding sequence, sun-drenched and joyous on the surface, but inside Don Corleone's office, half-lit faces and drawn blinds remind us this world runs on secrets and whispered deal. And look at Don Vito Corleone himself, half his face in shadow, half in light. It's not just striking, it's symbolic. He is a man who exists in moral grey, who makes ruthless decisions under the cover of love and loyalty. Willis understood contrast, not just between light and dark, but between innocence and corruption, clarity and deception. In The Godfather, light never overwhelms. It lingers, hesitant, like a secret on the edge of being told. Michael's arc is framed through lightning. Early in the film, he is bathed in warmth, innocent and hopeful. But after he steps into balance, the light dims. Shadows creep in. By the end, his face is engulfed in darkness. It's not just a visual transformation, it's a silent confession. This man has changed. After the restaurant killing, he is almost fully engulfed in shadow. It's not just a turning point in the plot, it's a turning point in how he is lit. The light no longer reveals, it hides. Michael doesn't step into darkness, he becomes it. But Willis didn't just light for poetry, he lit for truth. The restaurant scene, where Michael takes his first life, is a masterclass in tension. He sits beneath a single light, isolated. The shadows press in like a weight. He is not framed like a hero, he is framed like a man on the verge of violence, of transformation. And in that moment, lightning becomes emotion, the setup becomes the story. Willis doesn't dramatize the moment with flashy angles or cuts. He lets the light tell the story. Michael isn't just contemplating murder, he is standing at the threshold of his own transformation. Willis also used tight, claustrophobic framing. Characters are boxed in, literally trapped within their homes, their office, their family legacy. Don Vito, Michael, even Sonny. You will notice walls, doorways, shadows, columns, always surrounding them. Even in power, they seem trapped. Because that's the tragedy of The Godfather. Not just what these men do, but what they cannot escape. Their fate is written not in words, but in the way the frame closes in. Unlike modern films that glamorize violence, The Godfather keeps it hauntingly distant. When Michael pulls the trigger, we don't linger on gore. We focus on his eyes, his breath, the silence between gunshots. Camera watches not with thrill, but with dread. The darkness isn't just around him, it's inside him now. Then comes the baptism, perhaps the most powerful scene. Not because of what's said, but because of what's seen. Michael promises to reject Satan as his enemies are executed one by one. The contrast is chilling, pure white church light against the darkness of murder. This isn't just visual storytelling, it's visual irony. Michael's soul is being claimed, word by word, bullet by bullet. This sequence is Willis at his boldest. It's light used ironically, God's light witnessing the devil's work. Gordon Willis didn't just shoot a gangster film, he turned a crime story into a Shakespearean tragedy, lit not by fire, but by absence. His shadows didn't hide characters, they revealed them, their guilt, their ambition, their silence. And with that, The Godfather became something more than cinema. It became a painting, a confession, a shadow that still haunts us. Thanks for hanging out with me on this one. Until next time, because real life ends, cinema doesn't.